Hey y'all, what's up? Big Wooly here, and welcome back to another episode of our All the Mods Tend to the Sky Let's Play. This episode's kind of a hodgepodge. I went crazy on one recording and recorded way too long. Then I had to make that tail end of that recording and another one into a video. And then life kind of slapped me in the face and I didn't get a video out for a whole week. So, sorry for the delay. I hope this is watchable. I hope you enjoy. But as you can see by that bookworm right there, in today's episode, we're going to get our first storage solution set up and working in the form of the storage Lectern from Ars Nouveau. So without further ado, let's get into it. Now, we've gotten our archwood, we've gotten our spellbook. Next on the list is the imbuement chamber. We can set this thing up pretty spiffy if we make up some pusher and puller upgrades and some storage drawers. So we're going to need two at least for the setup. So if we take and we make two storage drawers here. So where are our chests? We made some chests earlier. There's our chests. So if we take our chests, we put them in the middle of that, it's going to give us well, now we have three storage drawers. We already had one. Now we need a pusher upgrade and a puller upgrade. Pusher, which needs a drawer in the middle, some stone, a hopper, and redstone. And then a puller is the same thing, but just the opposite pattern. You put the hopper on the top. So we're going to need two hoppers, one more drawer, and a bunch of stone. So let's go ahead and make our one more drawer. And then let's make the hoppers, which we're going to need more chests for, but that's fine. Actually, we don't need more chests for them. We can just make them with this recipe here. So there's our two hoppers. Then we just need some redstone. And then we should, in theory, be able to make a pusher upgrade. Oh, we forgot the stone. What do we have for stone? Do we have... Sure, diorite, make it useful. Making diorite great again. By using it for other things. So there's a pusher and a puller upgrade. And then now we need an imbuement chamber, which takes logs and gold, archwood logs to be specific. So we just need to take any of these archwood types, turn them into logs, and now we can make an imbuement chamber. Into the imbuement chamber, we are going to want to feed lapis. And then if we were to come out here where we've got some room, and we take our imbuement chamber, our drawers, and some lapis, what we can do is we can put down, well, why did you place that way? There we go. Put the lapis in here. And then we're going to put a pusher upgrade in here. We're going to tell the pusher upgrade that it can push to the west, because that's where I'm going to put the other one. So you just right click on it in the GUI. And then now we're going to put down the imbuement chamber. And this is going to start converting this into a source gem. We're going to go ahead and put another drawer right here on the other side, but we are going to wait on this to finish because we want to put a puller upgrade in here and tell it can pull, but we need a source gem to set the filter with. So, gonna let this one complete. I'll be right back. That moment when you forget to unpause your recording. Sorry about that, but I pulled the source gem out. Now we have a source gem to put in here, and we're gonna put our puller upgrade in, and we are going to tell it that it can pull from the east. And what this should do is now that we have these two things going, it should push lapis into here and pull out source gems. Now, when we get storage controllers up in probably the next episode or so, we'll be able to link all these and lock these drawers down, and we'll be able to have access to this stuff from anywhere in the base. But for now, this passively generating source gems for us is going to be very valuable. So we should go ahead and force load this chunk in particular, because this one and the one next to it over here are the only two that we have machines running in that we want running right now. So we're going to force load those so that while we're online, these continue to produce our resources for us. Now, source gems. We need those. How many do we need? It wants us to have 2. Cool. Oh, no. Not that. That's not what we want. Stop it. Stop it. That's exactly why we waited on a filter. And why you normally lock your drawers. So we're going to let this one finish. That way we can put one of these in there. There we go. Now that that's crisis has been averted, we are up to here. Let's claim our quest rewards in case we get anything good we could use. Look at that. We got some kind of essence. Mineral logs. Hey-oh. Mineral resin bucket. Some kitchen floor tiles. We got all kinds of stuff. Looks like we completed another quest. So we can get some more freebies. All right. So moving right along, we are going to need to make some source stone. Source stone is crafted with source gem in the middle of any kind of stone, which we should have some diorite in our inventory, making it great again by using it to make something else so that we don't have to look at the ugly diorite. There we go. There's our source stone. And with source stone, that is going to allow us to make arcane pedestals. We're leading up to building our enchanting apparatus. We are going to need, for what we want to do, we're going to need 4 pedestals to make our storage lectern, which is going to be the piece that we interact with to interact with our storage. Wow, I think this episode's gonna be long. Sorry if this is a long episode, guys. I want storage. So we need 4 pedestals, which means we need a total. This task wants us to make 8 for the full enchanting apparatus, but we only need 4. So that's gonna be 16 source stone along with another 4 source gems. So we have our 16. We have 3 source gems remaining there. Let me go clean up my inventory and get back with you. Well, in an unexpected turn of events, we have chickens spawning in the basement, and according to my map, there's cows outside? What? All right, hold on. Wheat. We need some wheat. Let's get some of that so that we can drag the cows to a pen. And the chickens, we're going to have to, like, pick them up and move them because they are literally in the basement. The cows, though, they're not down there. Let's see. Where are they? Because on the map it says there's a cow like right here, but I don't see no cow. Oh, it's like underground or over the edge or something. Oh, he's way down there. Hey, bud. Can I make you a path? Oh, you'll come up here now. Yay. Okay. Come on. Come on. Okay. Will you go through the house? No, you won't go through the house. Can we go around the house? Yes. Come on. Let's rescue your other friend, too. They're trapped as well. Okay. Well, look at that. We didn't even have to do the pearl. We got natural spawns of cows and chickens, and the only thing we're missing is pigs. All right, put it down till one of them gets disinterested and walks away. Or till you shove one of them away. And then try again. There we go. Cool. This is neat because we need milk to make slime. So now that we have cows, we can make slime with milk. Don't ask me how that works or why. All right, back to our Ars Nouveau. So we should have more than enough of these source gems now to make all 8 of the pedestals it wants us to make. That is going to be enough of those, and then we just need to take all this back, and then it wants us to make arcane pedestals. This one's going to be like a movie. I am so sorry, y'all, but I want my storage lectern. So, oh, that's only 6. We didn't make enough nuggets. Okay, sweet. And then we can compress those back down. Now we have our arcane pedestals. The next thing we need to make is our enchanting apparatus and enchanting core. 2 more source stone, a diamond, gold nuggets gets us the enchanting apparatus, and 6 more source. So we need 8 more source stone total and a couple more source gems. All right, so let's go ahead and make ourselves some more source stone. I think I said 8. We made too many, it's okay. Let's go get a diamond. I think we literally have a single diamond left. I used a bunch to upgrade all the meshes, and then I haven't sifted anymore to replace all of the stuff we used, but that's okay. So we need an arcane core, and we need an enchanting apparatus. And there's our enchanting apparatus. So now we're set to make our storage lectern. So our storage lectern, we need a lectern, and then we need 4 chests. So let's go ahead and make those. So for the lectern, we need a lectern. All right, made up our bookshelf, making our lectern. Now we just need 4 chests. And I don't think that this enchant requires any source, so we can make it daytime, and then we can head over there and just craft it up. Now the last piece of this is gonna be a ritual awakening ritual, and I honestly think we're probably gonna have to save that for the next episode. But I would like to get through the enchanting apparatus set up here with you guys since we've already come this far. There we go. You put your arcane core down first, your enchanting apparatus next, and then your pedestals just have to be within a couple blocks of the enchanting setup. And then around the outside on the pedestals, we put the chests. And then in the middle, we put our lectern, and that will trigger the craft. Now, you know, we finished up this storage lectern here, and now the thing we need to get into is a way to connect it. So a bookworm charm, we need to do the Tablet of Awakening, which is 4 source gems, 1 of each of them, and a flourishing log, it looks like. So let's get that out while we're here. Flourishing log, 1 of each sapling. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. And then the source gems are over in the little contraption we made, so let's go get them. And this is what we're going to use to get our bookworm charm so that our bookworm can connect everything. So 1, 2, 3, 4. All right. Now we should be able to make our ritual of awakening. Ta-da. And then now we're going to need a ritual brazier. This thing, which is a pedestal. So we need source gold and source stone. Let's go grab all that. Just think, soon enough, we won't have to keep running and opening and looking through chests. Source. Be able to make this thing. So there we go. There we go. Here's this. We need a block. And there we go. All right. So that's how we're going to, where we're going to set the ritual. And then our bookworm charm. In order to get the bookworm charm, we have to augment this ritual with a book and quill. Well, a book and quill takes an ink sac. And guess what we don't have? I even like rode the waterfall down. We have not seen a single squid since we started. So we were like, well, why are you doing this if you don't have squid and you don't have ink sacs, Wooly? How are you? Can you give me a minute? I'm getting there, okay? We're going to make the market. The market is a block that is going to allow us to buy squid spawn eggs, and then we can just spawn one in and murder it. So now we need 1 red wool for this. You're going to need logs and planks, and then you just look up the market. And in this market, once we summon in our dude, he is going to sell us all kinds of goodies that we need and want. If we place him inside somewhere, like, I don't know, right here. Doesn't really have room. There we go. So he'll dig his way out. You can actually murder the guy and the block still works. So, just keep that in mind too. And then you'll see squid spawn eggs cost a diamond each. I'm going to get like 5 just because, we may need more than 1 squid. And we're just going to kill them right here and get our ink sacs. If I was smart, I would do like a data model of these, but I'm not smart. All right, there we go. So we'll save those other 2 so we can start on data model if we need to, but we have 5 ink sacs now. The other thing we're going to need is some feathers. And books, of course. Nope, not in there. Not in there. All right, so now book and quill. We'll go ahead and make 2 of them. I don't know if you can throw more than 1 into the ritual. We're about to find out. And then this ritual also costs no source. A lot of rituals do, but this one in particular doesn't cost us any source. So to do our ritual, we put down our brazier. We put our awakening on it. We give it a book and quill. Can we give it another? Oh, all right. We gave it 2. Let's see if we get 2 charms. We do. Nice. All right. So now we have our bookworm charms. This is going to make it where we can actually use our stuff. This warp index is going to be for wirelessly accessing it. So we're going to come back and make that. Oh, look, I didn't even know, but we needed 2. We needed 1 for the warp index. So I made the right amount no matter what. So yeah, let's go set up the storage lectern just temporarily. It does not have to be touching your storages. So we're going to put ours right there. And then we're going to right click it with a bookworm charm. And now he's there, but he's not connected to anything. That's because we're missing our Dominion wand. So we need 2 source gems, a stick, and a piece of gold. So all we really need to grab out is some sticks. Okay. And this is made on the enchanting apparatus. So we take a source gem. Source gem, 2 pieces of gold, and then a stick will go in the middle. So gold, gold, source gem, stick. Oh, I got it backwards. It's 2 source and not 2 gold. Okay. There we go. Once again, this costs no source to run this ritual either. Now we have our wand. This is how we are going to tell our bookworm what storages it can access. So if we right click here, that's set. Now it will connect to them in the order you link them. So this will be the first chest. There we go. So the first chest you link, shift right click, and then right click it there. They go in order. You only need to do 1 for each of the double chests. And now, if we come over here to our storage lectern, all of our stuff that we have in all those chests is right here, accessible to us with ease, which will make things so much easier. So right now, like this warp index, I can look in here. So in the enchanting apparatus, I need a scryy crystal, which is an eye of ender. We're going to need a couple of these, I think. So we can toss this stuff into storage now. And the bookworm will go put it where it goes. And then what were we working on? Our warp index. Okay. So enchanter's eye, 4 blaze, 4 ender pearls, and 1 scryy crystal. We can make that. Okay. I think we need 2 of these though. Yep, we're going to need 2 of these. So we'll go ahead and just make both. And now we need 4 blaze powder and 4 ender pearls. Blaze. 1, 2, 3, 4. Ender pearls. Oh, we only have one. This is a problem. Where do we get ender pearls from? We can get ender pearls from sifting in stone. It's probably going to be our best bet. Villager trades, item casting, productive bees. Yeah, sifting instone. So we're going to need to make up some instone. We have talked about instone before. Instone is glowstone and lava. So if we took a fluid pipe and this stone barrel, stone barrel, fluid pipe, wrench, and some glowstone. Okay. So don't mind me. I'm going to just sit here and get as much endstone as we can, and I'll be right back when I have the ender pearls we need to proceed. All right, yeah, sifted up some endstone after making some, and we're going to have to do something about lava production. It needs to be faster than what it is. We need to get a bunch of stuff on automation, but storage is important before we take all that on, because having to do all of that manually out of inventories would not be fun. So we have everything for the enchanter's eye now. Let's keep looking at the requirements. We already made that. We need a starbuncle charm, okay, which we can get with a starbuncle token and 4 gold. We get a starbuncle token by giving a starbuncle a gold nugget. So we're going to need, we need like delightful dirt or something. Or a bunch of grass somewhere. Yeah, let's see. This I want synced. It is not synced, so delightful dirt. Yeah, it comes from a golden egg, which we get from nutritious chicken feed. So we need buckets of experience, seeds. We have everything except the buckets of XP. So how can we get liquid XP early on? What about at just dire things? Experience holder. Need to get to blaze gold. Okay. What about at mob grinding utils? What about their tank? What does it take? Oh, we can totally do that. All right, this one should be fine, and we can bucket out of it. So, hey, I'm not trying to set no position, okay? Okay. This, and then here's one of those, and then XP drain. Okay. So here is a singularity tank, and if we just toss it down and stand on it, we just need to get 4 buckets worth of XP in here. There we go. Now we just need 4 buckets. There's 2 buckets. And 2 more. All right. So our 4 buckets of XP, nutritious chicken feed. There we go. So seed, wheat, beetroot, carrot, potato, seed. Actually, what am I doing? Can't we just do this? Nutritious chicken feed. Potatoes? We don't have any potatoes? What? How is that even possible? There's potatoes right there. Why did it not pull the potato? Oh, because they have a different tag, I guess. That's fine. All right, now we get to go feed a chicken. This won't hurt, I promise.
Happy birthday, Taco!
Okay, maybe it will hurt. All right. Wow, we got 4 feathers from that. All right, and the reason we want this is we want to be able to get a bunch of friendly mobs spawning, which means we need to grab out some dirt. And then we are going to put some dirt down over here somewhere. I don't know, like right here. Hopefully the grass will spread up onto this eventually. We don't really need it to spread too far. All right. And then if we were to right click this in the middle, like right here, we should see things start to spawn. Now, we want a starbuncle, and these guys are starbuncles. Now we need gold nuggets, like I was talking about. Come here. Gold nuggets. Gold nuggets. Okay, well, I think I saw 3 starbuncles, so that'll be nice. We also probably should touch that dirt or just take it out once we get what we need. All right, there's a starbuncle charm. There's another starbuncle charm. And where did the last starbuncle go? Did he run like over here off the edge somewhere? I hope he didn't jump into the void. He was around this way. There he was. I just saw him right up here. Aha! Come here, bud. Sweet. All right, so we've got the starbuncles we need. Let's go break this dirt before we just have an overflow of like passive mobs up here. We'll just see how many people we can trap in the animal pens too now. Alrighty, starbuncle obtained by giving a wild starbuncle a gold nugget, and then to make it into the charm we need some gold ingots. And we will soon not have to walk back to our storage each time. So, if we put 4 gold ingots here with a starbuncle charm, or a starbuncle token, sorry. And there is our starbuncle charm. Another thing we're gonna need. So starbuncle, drigme, that, the other, then just the mundane belt. So we need leather and a source gem, which I think we have all of that. Now this will be only accessible in the overworld, but we'll be able to upgrade it to get cross-dimensional access to mundane belt. Goes in the middle. And then we just need to make up this one last craft on the enchanting apparatus, which does take all 8 pedestals. I went ahead and made 4 more If you take a pedestal and just put it in your thing, it'll make it short like that, so you can have tall ones and short ones, however you would like them. All right, so we go blaze, and we go ender pearls, and we go scry crystal in the middle. All right, and now we are ready to make our wireless access for our storage unit. So we put these 4 around the outside. 1, 2, 3, 4. Mundane belt in the middle. I love that all of these take no source, because that's really saved us having to set up source gen. And here is our warp index. Now, all we need to do, I think, is come over here and we shift right click, bound storage lectern, and now we can open it. And if we put it in our person somewhere, there's a charm slot, shoulders, personal shrinking. Sure, let's put it in the curio. Okay. Then all we've got to do is set a keybind for it. So if we go to controls and keybinds, and what is that, warp index? Activate warp index. We're going to go control E, and then we're going to take crafting on a stick, and we're going to make it shifty. And now if we go over here somewhere away from our storage unit, we're still going to have access. Like, say we're building and realize we need something over here. You're like, oh crap, I need gold. Haha! There we go. Now, Starbunkle gift. Oh, they give you potions of mana regen, augment arrow split, and teaches a random tier 1 glyph. Sweet. All right, now we can put our stuff back in storage. That is awesome. We now have wireless access to our storage anywhere in our base. And that's pretty exciting for me. How are we on time? I think this is going to make the majority of an episode. Like, between what I already did in the end of the last one and this one, we now have storage. There is one thing that I would really love to cover, because we need lava better, and it will set me up to be able to do this off camera. So let's just go over it real quick. Lava is slow right now. We want lava to be faster. In order to make lava faster, we need a better heat source. The superheating element from Mechanism is one of the better heat sources we have access to at our current point in the game. We need some steel, some osmium, and some glass. Looks like we've got steel from somewhere already, so we're going to just use what we have and see if it's enough. Looks like it's probably not going to be enough. Maybe it is. Aha, it is. All right, so that's enough for one superheating element underneath one of these, but we're going to want way more than one going, but I wanted to go over it with you guys. So as you can see now, this is going to make lava much, much, much faster. It's making it faster than this can push the items into it. So we might need an item pipe feeding it so that it can move more items, because we're running out of cobble before this pushes the next one in. So how do we make steel if we didn't already have some? It's actually not too bad. So if we just come in here and we look at steel, you'll notice this steel dust. Well, you can make it with iron dust and coal, which is stuff we already have. So iron, if we look, we've already actually got iron dust. We get that from hammering down our iron we get back before we send it through the furnace to smelt it. And then coal and the ore hammer you already know about. So if we just look up steel, actually I have it pinned, steel dust, all we're going to need is an ore hammer. So let's see, do we have a bunch of copper? We've got enough copper. Let's make ourselves another ore hammer. copper ore hammer. And now, if we just shift click that out until we run out of coal, essentially, there is 44 steel dust. All you do with that, smelt it up in your furnace, and now you got all the steel you need to make your superheated elements. We're going to set up a bunch of these. In between episodes, I'm going to line up a bunch of these on top of superheated elements. I'm going to get us a better setup going, connected directly to our cobble gen. Probably going to work on some kind of basis for a new base, like at least get an island going for it in between this episode and the next episode. But thank you guys so much for watching. I am super excited to have storage, finally. We aren't working out of chests anymore, and I don't know how long we'll use it, but even if it only is to get us to Applied Energistics 2, we are going to appreciate having a connected storage. So thank you guys so much for watching. Hit the like button if you haven't already. Subscribe, ring the bell for future notifications, and we'll see y'all next time.